City Council taking up several bills today meant to improve the lives of asylum seekers.
This is the mayor is calling on FEMA to stop giving money to cities sending buses to New York. Fox 5's Jessica Formoso is in our newsroom with more on these remarks. Jess.
Teresa and Steve, the mayor says cities who are receiving federal funds should not be allowed to use the money to offload the problems to other cities. It's no secret that New York City is dealing with a crisis. Right now, 36,000 asylum seekers are in the city's care, forcing the city to open 110 emergency shelters and 8 humanitarian emergency response and relief centers.
As New York City prepares for a surge of asylum seekers once Title 42 is lifted on May 11th, the mayor is pleading with the federal government to step in and stop the flow of migrants into the Big Apple. According to people close to the mayor, they tell Fox 5 the mayor's requesting FEMA not to allow cities to use federal funds to help with the cost of busing migrants to different cities, including New York, saying those awarded money should be held to the standards that ensure they do not offload the problem to other cities that are already struggling.
Banning government agencies from allowing states to play politics with people's lives makes total sense to me. However, neither FEMA nor states should be banning people's ability to travel from state to state.
This comes as the city's council's committees on immigration and government operations held a joint oversight hearing Friday to better meet the needs of the newly arriving asylum seekers.
We must ensure that our services and infrastructure are sturdy enough to provide quality care for new arrivals.
The committees are also considering legislation that would help migrants when it comes to having the proper documentation and knowing their rights. One of the proposed bills would expand ID NYC card access.
This bill seeks to permit same-day and walk-in appointments at ID NYC enrollment centers.
According to council member Gail Brewer, the process to obtain an ID card is not easy, saying some families are waiting months to get one.
Why is it so hard to get one now? Is it the backlog? What is the challenge? Is it staffing?
I think it's demand. I think that
I know, but you have enough staff, then you can meet the demand. Is that a correct statement?
Other pieces of legislation include the creation of an immigrant workers' bill of rights and having more legal representation.
Letting the state know that's in the process of finalizing its state budget for FY24 that they need to be really investing in immigration legal representation through the Access to Representation Act and making sure that they're putting their money where their mouth is as well.
And the City Council also presented a resolution this afternoon that would establish an Office of Refugee and Migrant Settlement, something that advocates say it is needed. Teresa and Steve.
All right, Jess.